We are live. Thank you all who are joining us, going to be joining us, or are watching the VOD. And it looks like we're actually. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I'm gonna have to edit this in real time. I I might very well just stop using Rumble in general. They're giving me more headaches than anything at this point. It's getting a little bit frustrating. I finally went live, but it's using an old template from Dragon's Teacast episode 7 as the title and thumbnail. So we're live on Rumble, but the entire thing is wrong. And that's what happens when they finally got the singular stream key. For those who don't know, when you stream on something, you get something called a stream key, which is how it connects to the stuff. And Rumble, for whatever reason, didn't have a single stream key. You had to keep refreshing it every single time, and it was kind of annoying. But they finally have the beta of just one single stream key per streamer. But it seems like still got a couple of kinks to work out. Kind of frustrating. Got the music playing in the background. Let me know if it's too soft or too loud. Something nice and easy going. Are my reactions still working? Let's see. I am the T-Man and I am live. Thank you, small children. I wish they'd give me a way to actually edit these, but anyway. So what we got? El Utaku, Sup Amigos, Average Weeb, Holy Moly Saiyan Armor. Yep, this is my Saiyan Armor. You know, I began to just go to, whatchamacallit, conventions waiting this thing, and it just kind of became a thing just on its own. But now I wear a Saiyan Armor, and hopefully this guy doesn't rip. I'll have to find some other place to provide this for me, but that is what it... Okay, I also need to get up the live chat. Quiet you. The live chat for Rumble, if anybody heads over to Rumble. Pop out chat. Come over here. And it's annoying because now I have to wait until... What's the teacher today? Thank you for joining us, Anime Rumpert. I should zoom into you as well. Hold on. That's better. Oh, that's gonna be another annoying thing, because now the freaking stream won't pop up until I actually hit the live button. So I gotta go to the website, pop out the chat, put it in the right thing. Alright, enough of this whining and bitching. Let's get on to the point of the show. And we're talking about going into 2024. And also looking back at 2023 and how things have gone. It has definitely been an interesting year, to say the least. So, I guess we'll just begin from the beginning. At the start of 2023 was an interesting time. So I just finished October, November, December, the last 3 months of the year, incredibly strong, the best my business has seen in a continuous state for a long time. And I thought, now that the holidays are up, that's the end of that. But nope, it continued. The next 3 months, 3.5 months to be more accurate, January, February, March, going into April. Got myself a nice little business loan, got to do a lot of changes. I got the new computer, plus I got the, we'll cover the tea machine in a little bit. Got me several new tables and setups, new teas, new flavorings, new, not equipment, tea wares. Lots of nice little things like that. And going up to like the 5th, 6th month, I was nervous because I did not want to fall into the pit of thinking this is how things are going to be from now on. At the same time, I also knew that I kind of hold myself back a lot of times during these moments. Because things would be going good, I get all skeptical and sketchy, and then I just ruin everything. My only New Year's resolution is being more committed to my dental hygiene and getting a new passport. We have a cat joining us. Appa, what are you doing? What are you doing? People can see you. Ah. And now I'm joined by a cat. But finally, after the end of March, I kind of said, this is actually it. This is the new normal for my store. Gross revenue, again, it's gross, not net revenue, but gross revenue over $10,000 every single month. And judging from those 6 months, yeah, I love the music. T-Man reminds me of kickboxing. Well, actually, this is the kickboxing ambient music, so you were accurate in that. It is kickboxer. What was it? Oh, yeah. So I finally decided after 6 months, this is now my new normal. And I need to start running my business as the new normal. As this being my new normal. And as these things go, I wait and I wait and I wait and wait and finally decide to pull the trigger. And sure enough, that's when everything starts to go wrong. The economy takes a huge dip for the worse. And not just me. I noticed that everybody began to suffer around April. It was not just me. I talked to a lot of content creators of various fields. They all say, yeah, around April is when things just started to go downhill. Less people watching, less ad revenue, less tips, things along those lines. And before I noticed things were going bad, I began the process of getting the automatic tea bag machine. Which at the time was a good purchase, because like 80% of my time when it came to tea stuff was focused on, and now we're going to have another cat join us, was focused on bagging the individual teas. So getting this machine was going to save me a lot of money. The overall cost, when you add up things like customs and the shipping and everything, all add up together. Yeah, I see you. Add it all together, a little less than $8,000. And if I ever have to hire movers to haul it up here, it will hit the $8,000 mark. And that was just a huge shitstorm of an event. Just so many things were giving me headaches and causing problems. And sales dipped by a relative lot. Still more than the previous year, but not enough. And as everybody knows, everything is costing more and more. So I'm getting less and less from the wholesale. I'm having to pay more for food, gas, etc. And just things were not looking too brightly. But eventually, things kind of stabilized. That's maybe what I am now. I'm still taking things easy because I don't know how this year, the beginning of this year, is going to look. Because the economy could get much, much worse. The totally not civil war that's going on, that's totally not a thing, guys. Don't worry about that. Might lead things to get even more economically chaotic. We have to see. If things go really bad with China and Taiwan in that situation, I might have to look for some more teas outside of China, which could be a real bad problem for my shop. Okay, buddy, you're just in the way. I'm sorry. Look at this fatty. Yeah, I know. It's just problems all around. And don't worry, by the end of this, I'm gonna flip the black pill on its head. So, going into 2024, in terms of I have 2 cats. In terms of my plans and aspirations and hopes and all this other stuff, just saying it without any context, I have none. 0. No plans whatsoever. That doesn't mean I'm going to be doing nothing. It's just that I made those plans last year and the year before. I noticed with all the chaos that happens month by month, week by week, trying to predict where things will be a year in advance, especially with this year being the election year. And my cat has got the zoomies, and he is going insane with all this tumultuous time. What did you knock down? I'm gonna lock you in the room, I swear to God. With these tumultuous times, making year-long plans like that is just not a good strategy. Which I decided I'm not going to. This doesn't mean, however, I'm throwing in a towel or anything of the sort. No, quite the contrary, actually. So for the past several weeks now, I have been tinkering with my schedule, both work and personal life. I'm getting very close to hitting that damn near perfect balance of work and rest. And what this means for everybody is, well, more work. More work means more things get done. So I got plans for new teas and whatnot. We got 3 new coffees. Cats are assholes, but they're lovable assholes, yes. No, not right now. Why did you wait for me to start streaming to want all of this attention? Where the hell were you the last 2 hours? No, bad cats. Now focusing on my diet and exercise, getting more energy that way, fixing the sleep patterns, fixing the way I do work and what I'm doing while working. That sounds kind of convoluted. Things like what am I listening to, where's my focus at, etc. Things along those lines. I'm not looking towards the future. I'm instead going back to a T-Man of previous times. I'm going back to the T-Man before he was the T-Man. And so far, I'm not perfectly kneeling down, like I said, but I'm getting better by the day. It's working. So this means a lot more stuff is going to get done. What that stuff is going to depend on a lot. I don't know if this year I can finally launch the Dragon's Apothecary. Are you serious right now? You have one chance to stop, or I am going to lock you in the room. Fuck me! They've been doing nothing for the past 2 hours. Now that I'm streaming, they decide to do all of this shit. Anyway, back to the fucking plot. Ugh. The Dragon's Apothecary was something I talked about a little over a year ago now. Which is where I start doing all the non-tea stuff. Coffee was going to be part of it. Soaps, incense. What else was on that list? Various things along those lines. And it's going to be a separate but connected company, and I'm still not sure how I'm going to properly do that. Because I want things like the Dragon's Wings to give you access to both. But if they're going to be 2 separate companies, they don't work across the websites. I know because I checked. I asked Shopify and I did all this other stuff. Well, speaking of which, there's also going to be a new website coming soon. I'm not entirely sure how new yet. It might be just a greatly improved version of the current one, or it might be something new altogether. As I found out, the storefront application or whatever has not been updating ever since I got it. So I've been using version 3.4, and right now the current version is 11 point something. So I just updated that, but it's got none of my teas in it, which is a problem. I emailed the people to ask them... Sorry, somebody is trying to call me right now at the worst possible time. Anyway, back to the plot. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I'm either going to see what the improved app for my website looks like and work with that, I'm gonna have to buy a whole new one altogether. I don't know which one yet. We will see. With that being said, there's a lot of other things I wish to work on with the store. Something which I started to do, and I might as well go ahead and pop this guy up. So I'm gonna go here to the website. Oh shit! One moment, everybody. Why is this? Hold on. Well, this is not good at all. So for some reason, even though I didn't want it to go live, it is currently trying to go live. One moment. Online store. Why? This is the current theme. So this is a fantastic way for go to customize. It's just a regular site. So I don't understand. Let me show you. No, I can't show it because too much private information in the background. Why is it like this? Hold on, new private window. Maybe that's dragonstretcher.com. Oh. So if I open up a private window, it's my regular website. But if it's a not private window, it's the nowhere near complete new websites. Anyone who's watching right now, can you do me a favor? Go to my website, tell me what you see. Is it just the regular website? Or is it just basically a blank canvas of nothingness? Let me know, because this is very important for me to figure out immediately what the issue is. I don't understand why it's being like this. Let's try something else. Profile. It's regular for you. So why for me is it not? See, this is the type of stuff that keeps happening and really makes me raise an eyebrow. I'm going to open this up in a private window. So that works on my private window, because of course, let's go ahead and share it like that. Going back to... Now I have so many damn tabs open. There we go. You can see my page. So, why are things always... See, this is a terrible stuff for the new year. But again, at the end, I'm going to flip the black pill on its head, I promise. It's not just copying. Window. Live streaming. No. Yes. Share. Good. So now you guys should be able to see it. There we go. Alright. So, for Secrets of the Songstress, we got ourselves a new waifu for Secrets of the Songstress. See her right here. Nice and beautiful. I really enjoy how it turned out. The hand even looks just fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. I'm starting to get better and better at the AI stuff because I'm combining Stable Diffusion with Photoshop and the Photoshop AI, and I'm able to take things much further. And so with this, the new waifu has lore. I posted this over on Twitter as well, and now there's a whole story behind her, and I plan to do that with everybody. And so this issue right here, where the size and 20 grams and stuff, where it's overlapping, that should be fixed once the new website is up. The reason I figured all this out is because I was asking Shopify, hey, I didn't do anything. This is your side of the aisle. Why is this happening for past 3 months now? I found out the website, etc., etc. So yes, that is what is going on with all of that. I plan to have a little lore story for all of the waifus. It's something I've done on occasion for some of them to help me better visualize what I want them to look at. I began to think, why not just actually post something like this for all of the waifus? And I've been going back and forth. My writing skill is not that good. I don't know if I should, but I decided, you know what, the hell with it. I'm pulling the trigger and I am doing it. Today's tea is Phoenix Down, by the way. Somebody in the future can have a team maiden as a waifu. So there is all of this. There's a Dragon's Apothecary, as I mentioned. Working on improving my physical body. A shift in focus to YouTube and social media is going to be a big thing for 2024. That's going to happen regardless. And I have decided that, and I'm going to explain why. It's for the purposes of advertising. So I've experimented with a lot of different types of advertisements. I'm the one who basically pioneered the super chat advertisements. Back with Mr. Bricada, and then to the other YouTube lawyers and all the other stuff. And that was a good tool. But all the traditional stuff, advertising with Google, with Facebook, and as I found out with Twitter still needs to work on a lot of stuff. It is just a waste of money unless you're going in with 5, maybe even 6 figures of advertising revenue. Otherwise, it's pointless. So I want to work on more YouTube videos. Because I noticed that when I began to talk about my teas in the middle of the videos, like a traditional advertisement type of thing, not traditional, but traditional YouTube advertisements, people were buying. I didn't do it for the Wish video, which I'm kicking myself for because it's now at 250-some thousand views. But the Wish video ended up being one of those things where I got a little bit passionate and heated while making it. So the advertising slipped my mind. So that is what it is. But I will fix that in the future. I noticed the very first time I did it, I forgot which video it was for, but somebody commented, somebody's been watching the videos for a while and somehow never noticed this. I don't know how. If you're watching this right now, shame on you. But they didn't know I actually sold tea. They thought it was some kind of a gimmick. And so when I posted my websites and the tea names and what's actually in them, they were like, wait, you actually sell tea? What? I should find that comment, but I don't want to go looking for it. And so I want the YouTube videos to serve as a secondary advertisement with what I am doing. There are 4 videos, if I can recall them, 4 videos that I wish to do in no particular order. Number 1 being something of a channel introduction video, and a video for all the new subscribers that I've gained over the past couple of months, so they have a better idea of who I am and what I do. Number 2, I want to make a video in a similar sense of the Mushoku Tensei video, where I call it the greatest isekai. I want to make a video on what I think is the greatest martial arts anime / manga, which is History's Strongest Disciple Kenichi. That one is going to always have a special place in my heart, and I do think it deserves that title of greatest martial arts anime / manga. And the same thing for probably greatest harem. The manga I'm reading right now, the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. It's the most wholesome, degenerate anime I have ever seen / manga. Because by all accounts, I should hate it, but I love it because it managed to make everything so wholesome, even the non-wholesome stuff. Damn that author. And the manga gets really meta with its breaking the fourth wall. So I'm making those videos. That's 1, 2, 3. And the 4th one, it's a video that's more lighthearted. It's a parody of myself, where I parodied the Naruto video. I focus on SpongeBob SquarePants and how SpongeBob has ruined its world building. I could never even had it. Let's see with that one when that comes along. Fun times. There is, before I rant about this, I want to show something else on screen. I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of this. And I'm gonna share again. Screen. Tab specifically. This is the only one, right? No, not this one. Damn it. 1 second. Go back. There we go. And share. Now, so this has been a fun little thread, which I shared on my Discord, about the issue with indie comics and Comicsgate. Which, let me reiterate once again, I'm disavowing Comicsgate. People stay away from me. And I'll show you why in a second. This is the main thing. This person says, I'm going to share screenshots of the backings for my contribution list. Take a look. Okay, let me go from the beginning. So thread, he's backed 154 campaigns since 2020. That is a lot of campaigns, young man. Of my extra 156 backings, I've still not received 26 of those. That's not including those that were late. Those are the ones he just has not even gotten. And he posted all of them. Estimated delivery, January 2021. Estimated delivery, November 2020. So this is now 3 years and counting late. June 2022, over a year late. January 2021. Next. January 2021. December 2020. 2021. December 2021. December 2021. Ethan Man Shiverd. What a pathetic person that is. You can see it just goes on and on and on. Just never stops. And so, you get me thinking. One of my issues is that a lot of times I say I can do a lot of things, I just don't have the means and resources to do them. And I am a highly ambitious man. I was thinking of how to best word this so I can... Because I know what I want to say, I just want to make sure that you guys know what I'm saying. Otherwise, I'll just be ranting to myself. Right now, especially in the YouTube sphere, the vast, we're talking 99%, occasionally you might find one person in a million YouTubers anywhere within the realm of my spheres. They don't really give two shits about any of the movements that they talk about or anything of the sort. And it's become so goddamn obvious to me that I'm starting to get a little bit pissed off at everybody else for not seeing something so freaking obvious. All of the work they do, their clickbait, their rage bait, all of those things, all it serves is just for them to continue to feed their own wallets, to make the numbers in the bank account look bigger. Everything else for whatever movement they claim to be part of, it's not actually there. And for a lot of them, especially the YouTubers, you can see in the quality. The quality is shit. The videos are shit. I know I'm sounding a bit like a asshole saying this, but it needs to be said. There's two elements in building a new culture / rebuilding a type of culture. One of those being that you have to actually build something up and create your own stuff, which God knows there's a lot of stuff which I wish to create. I love Kenichi, watch Mushoku Tensei after you mentioned it, and liked it too. Also like to Redo, despite Redo is... Yeah, let's not talk about Redo of Healer. But yeah, so one of the things is you have to actually build stuff. The example I use, because I have not financially supported him in any way, is Eric July. When I see the stuff he is building, and he's actually building something. Are you talking about the collectivists and degenerate taking over every form of escapism and culture? Also, cheers. Good to see you. Good to see you as well. Actually, I am not. My opinion on those types has been made perfectly clear, and if I say what I think should be done with those people, the FBI will be knocking on my door. I'm talking about the other side of the coin. The people on the very broad right, if you want to use that term for the culture war, and how many of them can't build anything with the shit. Yeah, I heard about Calendargate, but that's not a conversation about... That's politics. This channel is not politics. Culture war is a different story. So all these people can't really build anything, and when they do, it kind of sucks. I read issue 1 of Ethan Manshaver's Cyberfrog. Putting the art aside, its story is shit. It's really bad. And I don't mean like kind of bad, I mean like, guys, there's no way you can't see this. My favorite part is when there was a guy who got his head bitten clean off, but somehow in the middle of getting his head bitten clean off, he managed to say, "Ow, my head." Which the writing alone is pretty shit for that. But saying it while your head is being bitten off, that's not how things work. But anyway, to not get too off topic. So the other topic, or the other aspect, is pointing out the people who are getting in the way of properly building culture. Because if you keep giving your resources to these bottomless pits of nothing, well, that's what you're going to get, a whole bunch of nothing. I, on the other hand, am different. And I realize this is a very bad thing to say on the internet. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to really say good things about yourself and praise yourself. You're supposed to call yourself an artist. You're supposed to call yourself a degenerate. You're supposed to say all of these bad things. And really, this is not a new phenomenon. I noticed this back in like 2006, 2007, way in the yesteryear of pre-wokeness Reddit, when almost everybody who was making a post about their own stuff would hide it by not saying, "Hey, I made this," or "I am spearheading a project," or "I am doing this." It's always, "My friend is doing this, my friend is making that, look at what my friend did, my cousin, my brother." It's always somebody else, not you. And if you ever did post something that said, "Hey, I am doing this awesome thing," oh, people will just go in with a scalpel and look at every single little thing you might have done wrong to try and bury you with it. And that attitude on the internet has not changed. You're not supposed to mention it for some reason, but I'm mentioning it. And so I don't want to really play those games. I do plan to build things that go beyond just my mere enjoyments. Things for everybody to enjoy. Things which obviously I cannot do purely by my lonesome. So take an example, opening up the physical store. I'm not going to be running the physical store all by myself. I'm going to have workers. The physical store is a very big thing because it's going to become a flagship of sorts. It's where I can keep all the teas and whatnot and stop doing everything in my apartment. And hire a manager to start doing the menial day-to-day tasks that take up hours upon hours of my time every single day, every single week. I can turn that attention towards doing other good stuff, making things better. With it, I can get a whole bunch of different licenses that will let me start to distribute my stuff to other stores. So you can maybe see me on HEB Mart or things along those lines, just other stores selling my products, increasing revenue that way. So that's one example. Doing things like conventions, having my own convention, running that. That's obviously a job for more than one person, but one step at a time. opening up the gym under my brand, or whatever you wish to call the empire. That's an idea which I've had for... When did I move? I moved in 2022. For like 4 years now, I've had this idea. And part of me really wants to talk about what makes that gym different, but I can't do that because somebody with a lot more money and resources is going to come up and take my idea. So I'm not going to mess around with that. Or maybe I should bring more people to me. And if it becomes popular enough and somebody else tries to do it, we can say, hey, they stole my idea. So those paper theaters are the first thing ever created. They're not perfect, but hey, at least I started doing some culture building. There you go. And with my videos, I mean, lately my videos have not exactly been top quality, and I am not pretending otherwise. And I really want to go back to... making videos like I did before. Like the Epic of Dragon Ball series, or the Gurren Lagann video. Things that involve editing and messing around with levels and things along those lines. Things of high quality. But if you compare my Dragon Ball video, my Mushoku Tensei video to my latest videos, yeah, it's no question. And so I don't know how much longer I have to play this silly game of chasing the algorithm. But it's got to be done. I have determined that before I made the Wish video, if I did not make all those other videos in that month, the Wish video would have not done as good as it did because I had me an algorithm boost. And thanks to that algorithm boost, I was able to take the video up that far. That is very important to know. Let me see something real quick. 1 second. Close that. I open it up now. Nope. Sorry, the website thing is just bothering me. Why only on my screen? But anyway. You know, I've had that webcomic idea for the longest time in my head. You know, I started the short stories with that, Dragonfire. But I'm taking, 4 to 6 panel shots and making whole stories out of them, and it's not my finest work, but I'm not a writer. So making a light novel out of something like that is not an easy task. And it's basically just went over my head. That's one of the reasons why I've not been updating it. The other reason being that nobody was interested, or because the quality is low. But I'm not gonna pretend like it's actually really good, and it's actually you guys that's the problem. Don't criticize me. So here's the thing. I want to do all of this stuff, focusing on social media. I'm gonna focus on Twitter a little bit more, getting more followers, maybe start at some point earning ad revenue. Playing the stupid games I don't want to play, but everybody plays them. I've noticed one thing on the internet right now is that people really want to be lied to. And I mean that literally, they want to be lied to. Like, if you tell them a true story, they're going to sniff out the truth and they're going to shy away. If you tell them a nice, juicy lie, they're going to jump all over it. But to make all of this stuff happen, I'm going to start having to be that guy, because apparently it works. I do need the support of everybody else. Right now my goal is to get myself 2 subscriptions. Both Dragon's Wing subscriptions, ONT subscriptions, and I guess also YouTube membership subscriptions. I'm trying to get all of that up. So... Eltog, are you saying what's really why? What are you referring to? I'm not sure which part specifically that is. You tell us the story of people being lied to. Well, the example I showed earlier with the indie comics and Comicsgate. Last time I criticized that on my Twitter, I had the biggest cope I have ever seen, talking about how somebody's things were over 2 years old, and they came back to me saying, well, they said estimated delivery date. Don't you know what estimated means? Fake videos, especially. Those videos that go viral that are obviously set up where the camera just perfectly positioned to catch just the right thing. People saying just the right stuff to hit the algorithms using the specific language. Those videos always seem to just blow up. When you see an actual genuine video of something, it's like nobody's talking about it. I see it in anime discourse. Well, this one's a little bit different. It's connected, but I gotta show how it's connected. That's not going to really work. Oh, I should think if there's some non-political examples I can show people. Off the top of my head, I'm going to struggle with this. I don't think I'm going to be able to right now. Oh, no. Oh, actually, wait, that is a good example. Influencers. Any and all influencers. All they peddle is lies. Lies, manipulation, deceit. Look at SS Sniper Wolf with her 30-some million followers. Jake and Logan Paul. Everything about them is fake. But people just want to latch onto that. People who make those Instagram stories of, this is what my life is. This is what it's like to wake up, and this is my everyday goings-on. None of that is real. The pictures they take, the photoshops they have. But people want that. They crave that. It's getting worse by the year. It's really bad. I should probably maybe I can make a video on this. Pull out the specific examples. Because right now, off the top of my head, I'm struggling a little bit, minus the influencer thing. But it's something I've been noticing a lot for a long time now. Provided this initial work is usually not great, it's like anything else, it takes time to get it right. Yeah, I just viewed it as practice. The Dragonfire stories. At no point have I ever said, oh man, this is gold right here, this is fantastic work made by yours truly. I know, like with teas, there's a lot of teas I have made, which I ended up not bringing to market just because it sucked. And it just wasn't good enough. And I've tried for a long time to make a root beer flavored tea, but it just doesn't work. And I don't want to bring anything out to my store that's low quality of that nature. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. My plea is that if you guys want to see more of the good stuff, more quality stuff, more videos, the opening of the Dragon's Apothecary, even going as far as to help me open up the store, your support is really what makes it happen. Root beer needs sassafras. Well, I have a root beer flavoring that I'm trying to combine it with other stuff, but it's just not coming out properly. That's my issue. So yeah. So that is my basic plea where... And I'll word this better in the video that I make. The introduction video. Wait, I'm tired of playing the game of... I can't say the nice things about myself. Because even with things which I might not have any idea what the hell I'm doing at the moment, I eventually figured it out. And I keep making things work. And that's something which I've noticed for myself for the past 8.5 years with this business. Have I heard of Uweb Boil? I have not. In the past 8.5 years, I keep throwing myself into situations where I have no idea what the hell I'm doing or what the hell is going on. But eventually I figured it out. Right now, on the back end of the business stuff, things are highly solidified. I have everything running like a well-oiled machine. It's fantastic. Things are where they should be. When I need to make stuff, the flow is great. I'm sure I could probably try and make something better somewhere. But sure. I mean, everything is just great. So I need to start growing in other ways. The genius maker of Rampage, I'm not sure what you're referring to. I don't think so. Who's the genius maker of Rampage? Well, while you talk about that. So yeah. So my plea to you all is I need your help to make these things happen. You guys are the foundation for what I make. Ooh, web oil. Oh, I have no idea what that is, so I can't comment. Get tea, sign up for Dragon's Wings, YouTube memberships, all this other stuff. For some reason, I have seen people throw money at all these other culture warriors who, for years, have done essentially nothing. But all the stuff I've built, all the teas, all the stuff I've got going on, this is while I've been doing paycheck to paycheck living. Minus those 6 months we talked about at the beginning of the stream. Or the 6 months where everything was running fantastic. And with all of that, I've been able to create all of this, including the videos that I've made. But these indie comic creators, to use that example, they can't even seem to finish a page a month of their work. How can I say this in the biggest dick way I can? Because my problems with them is now like personal, just on a... Like, people took your money for this and you're not giving them your stuff. I have personal issues with that. With somebody who... I emailed somebody today to let them know, hey, we're out of this thing and they have not shipped out the new order yet. And so I can't get your tea until next week. I apologize. And these fucking people, more than 2 years late, they'll call you an asshole because you're like, hey, I want my money back. Probably make more moolah from stream donations than finishing the book. Yeah, but that's a problem. That's what I was talking about. They only cared about their own bank accounts. All the conversations about whatever culture war they're fighting is bullshit. And I'm tired of them pretending, and I'm tired of everybody else not seeing it. Like, I'm sorry I'm yelling at you guys. I love you, you know that. I just talked about how you guys are my foundation. But at the same time, what the fuck are you guys doing? Giving them your money still. Like the guy we talked about earlier. Whoop. Go back. Eric the Guapo. You've been doing this since 2020? It's 4 years now. Why did it take you this long to realize all of these people are not worth your fucking money? How many times do you gotta get screwed by these people? That's not coming to one score late. Like, how many, just again, to be a dick, how many within the first year of their estimated delivery date actually get delivered? I should probably try and look this up and get me a little study going, figure that out. But you guys keep supporting these fucking people and I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is why you're losing the culture war in every single goddamn place. And again, it's not everybody. There's a few people I always call out. Razor Fist. Razor Fist is fantastic at what he does, and I feel the passion in his voice. Though he's split with writing and comics and whatnot, and politics. Critical Drinker. He's another fantastic one I always mention. People like that, so it's not hashtag not all. Eric July as well. I know some people here really don't like some of the stuff he's been doing. I know Cold Frost, I know. But seeing him actually deliver stuff within 2 years of when he says he's going to deliver it, everyone should be able to see this by now. And so that's kind of, oh yeah, the dickish thing which I want toward. Yeah, I think this will work. My focus was not on writing and drawing and comics. So that would have been my focus. If that was my focus, instead of the stuff I'd focus on, I would blow all of these people out the fucking water. Blow them out the water. And I'm saying that not even to imply that I will be all that good. It's just that bad. And people need to start calling them out and stop giving them their money. Because I don't know a subtle way to do it, give it to me instead. I don't know how long it'll take me to make these things happen, but the more of a base I have, the more I can work around what I know I'm going to have in income the next coming day, the more stuff I can do. Again, most of this stuff was built when I was doing 60 to 80 hours outside of the tea shop from 2015 to 2020. Now I was working myself to literal death. Well, let me reword that because that's not a literal death. Literally to near death. When I would go home, I'll put the keys in my door, and the next thing you know, I wake up on the floor. Because at some point I passed the fuck out because I was just that exhausted. Usually happens after the weekend where I begin working at 5 p.m. until 3 a.m., get home, go to sleep, wake up around 7 to 8 a.m., quickly eat, go back to work, do the morning shift of either Whole Foods or the gym or Uber, and do that until 1 p.m., take a small break, 4 p.m., go back out, again until 2, 3 in the morning, get home. So it's that type of stuff I was doing, and in between all of that, I was making the YouTube videos, I was working in the tea shop, I was doing all of this shit. And as time went on, over and over again, I would have to do less and less outside work. Hey, fellow Death Marcher. I promise there is a white pill coming at the end of all this. I promise. I'm not lying. There is a white pill coming at the end of all this. I'm kind of giving you white droplets with me saying, hey, I'll do this shit. I should pill people's things up. If I had to guess, probably 3 to 5K I spent the last year on comics. That's money you could give me! But no, I'm not literally saying that. Just as a joke. 3 to 5K on comics. Somewhere around there. WT... at least 1,200 on just Webtoons coins. Then I bought physical media, a lot of it. I related in my head if it was tea instead of comics. I understand. I get it. I get it. Don't worry about that. I meant it humorously. Just a term for work, sleep mentality. Yeah. And one of the things I'm doing differently, I don't want to get into the spiritual stuff too much, because that's not what the channel is about, but I've been incorporating the spiritual side of the T-Man, especially pre-T-Man, into the stuff I've been doing. And like I said in the beginning, it's been working out fantastic. And one of the amazing things I've been noticing is how I have taken all the stuff I've been doing, and I've been slowing down on it. And no matter how many times I look at it, I can't fully understand how this is working. It's like if I'm going for a run, and I'm running slower, but I'm getting better times. And this keeps happening over and over again with the stuff that I'm doing. I'm reinventing the concept of time in my head with positive results. And so one of the things I hope from people is that they'll continue or start to support me. Because I'm still doing the paycheck to paycheck thing. And it's awful. And like I mentioned at the beginning, I understand how god-awful this economy is. I'm just hoping that people can stop supporting people who have shown they don't do anything for years now. And making YouTube videos where all they do is pull up an article and read the article and say the exact opinions you know they're going to say, that's not even entertaining to me. I made a post earlier today, just YouTube has become boring. Because I start scrolling down to all the new stuff, the new to you stuff. And it's just this and that and this and that. Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah, I know what you're going to say. I know what this is. It's boring. And with my wish fit, I put a little bit more effort into that one. I put more of the psychological and spiritual stuff that went behind it. A small handful of people didn't like that, but they can go but in hell. But most people did. And I want to make more stuff like that. I want to talk about the stuff which I've been noticing for, God, like 2 decades now. I want to share those thoughts with people in ways that actually help them improve. Do things like the Good and Login video. I want to make more things like the Good and Login video. Where people tell me I inspire them, I bring them to tears. I make them get up, I make them do stuff. I've had some people comment, and then comment again a year later saying, hey, I'm coming back to this video to let you know that because of this video, I turned my shit around. That's the kind of stuff I want to be able to do, along with all the business stuff. Again, opening up the physical store, opening up the gym, conventions, all things along those lines. Being able to support other people who I see have a genuine vision, and not just a vision of lining their own fucking pockets. I'm not saying looking out for yourself is purely bad, but if all you do is look out for yourself, don't use other people in the way that you're doing. Like, hey, support me so we can fight back against the leftists, fight back in the culture war. Motherfucker, you're not fighting back anything. I gotta start pointing this stuff out more because, again, it drives me a little bit insane at this point because it's just, how can you not see it? It should be right there in your face. And maybe part of you does see it, but you need someone else to mention it so you can finally form those abstract thoughts into words so you can say it as well. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, actually, there is one goal that I have for the end of 2024. Currently, there are 4 streamers in which I wish to make a $1,000 donation to, and at the end of this year. Now, obviously, that's a lot of money, so I need to make a lot of money to have that as backup. And it's not purely selflessness, because I'm going to use it as advertising, make a video out of it, etc. And there'll be a tax write-off as well, because, again, big advertising. But 4 different people I want to donate $1,000 to. But I need the money to be able to make that happen, where I can donate $4,000. And I know I'm good for the next month or 2. That requires a lot of work. And no, I will not say who those people are because it'll spoil the surprise for them. I mean, we all know they are grifters. I don't know why people give money to people without getting an item or service in return. I can understand entertainment as a service. The problem is they're just not entertaining. And that's the real annoying part of it. And so I think to myself, use an example from anime I don't really watch, One Piece. At the beginning, Luffy was just stuck in a barrel screaming, I'm gonna be king of the pirates. That's kind of like what I was at the beginning. I'm floating down the ocean in a barrel, saying I'm gonna be king of the pirates. Or some other crap like that. And now I have me a rickety boat. Now I get myself a much nicer boat. A society grows great. I'll put this up on screen. A society grows great when old men plant trees in whose shade they know they shall never sit. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. But it's... I need to give an example of this, otherwise it's going to sound like... You know, I'm just going to say it, put this thought into your heads, and when you see it, you will see it. If you try and plant those seeds, people will shit all over you and try and destroy that seed or the tree if they see it growing. And I'm not talking about your enemies, I'm talking about the people allegedly on your side. Just have that in your mind and you will see it. You will start to see it, I promise you. Relevant to what you're saying, it's important to remember... It's important that people remember that which is forgotten these days, yes. Again, Tag the Mage, Cold Frost, thank you very much for your continued support over the years. Highly appreciate it. and anybody else in chat who supports. Sometimes I feel like I don't really show enough the appreciation I have, but I don't know how else to do it. Because everybody else says thank you, to the point where it's become hollow and meaningless because they're not really thankful. So how can I separate my thanks so people know it's genuine? I don't know. They're giving it to you for free, why pay? Oh, for the service thing, I get it. That's one of the reasons why my Dragon's Wings gives you things like discounts and monthly giveaway tickets and things along those lines. Also, spoiler, I don't think I'm going to do as big of a end-of-year giveaway as the past 2 years. Probably going to be something a bit smaller. We'll see how the success of this year goes. The main issue with the 4090 is that the person who won it, they bought tea a couple of times here and there over the years, but they had less than 100 tickets, and they won. I sent it over to them like, hey, let me know when you get this. Post it on social media if you can. Heard nothing back. Kind of feels bad, because I really want to give to somebody who is a frequent buyer and can really appreciate it. And like, oh, thank you, T-Man, this is awesome. They post on social media, look at this guy, and now that's not looking like it's gonna happen. Unless you get by chance in chat somehow win the 4090, should be fantastic. But anyway, yeah, I need to figure out a way to properly do this pitch shorthanded in a video. People on my Discord know that I'm very open about the process I do, the things I do, how long things take, the cost of things. Anytime I make a purchase over $1,000, I post it on the Discord with the crying emoji because it hurts. Which has been years now. I'm old. Yes, you are old. So it's kind of like, because I can envision the things in my head, but it's not easy to properly describe to other people how I'm going to get it done. I know I'm going to get it done, but it's just not. He did respond to the win because I emailed him. It took him a day to respond. He said, "Yeah, that's me." But I was hoping that after he got it, he would reply back like, "Hey, I got it," because I asked him to. Like, if you have any social media, please post. He never responded back to that. And he only made like, I don't know, 4 purchases over 3 years. So he has made purchases. He's not a nobody. But it's not who I envisioned winning. I envisioned somebody with a lot more tickets winning. But it's not a genuine giveaway if the lower people can't win, so I can't really change any of the rules of the giveaway. That's just how it goes sometimes. For people in chat, if you guys have any questions, maybe that'll help get my mind going. I can answer some of them. The term influencer is a really weird thing. Because I don't think of it in the sense of I'm not trying to influence things. But I notice for other people, there's a lot of people say I'm not trying to be an influencer, but they get big enough, all they have to do is just point a finger, and a flock of people will flock that way. Just one post on Twitter, and just a flood of other people tweeting at this thing. It happens, whether they like it or not. My goal is to build, not influence. But I need the influence to have people give me the resources so I can build. And build things which they enjoy, if that makes sense. Why isn't Drew Hernandez calling the woke localizers woke translations of woke attacks in anime? Is he? Yeah, Amazon said I was an ebook merchant. Is Drew Hernandez even involved in anime and things along those lines? Isn't he just a journalist? See, that's one of the things I want to do. I want to get enough money so I overtake the entirety of the American anime industry and just burn it to the ground and rebuild. Fire the people like Jamie Marchi, Monica Rial, people like that. Just get them out of the industry and make them never come back. That's one of the things I want to do. I need a lot of influence to make that happen. And money and resources, but you get those, I need the influence, and just on and on. I'm rambling at this point, I know. So one of the ideas is, how can I make these live streams more entertaining? One idea is, you look at all that blank just canvas. I can put posters and whatnot up there that people look at stuff. The problem is it's that bubble wall stuff, so nothing really sticks on it. I would have to use thumbtacks. But even using thumbtacks is not a very good idea, because these walls are really, really cheap. And so I might actually poke like my thumb through it while putting in the thumbtack. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. He's not involved in anime, but he likes DBZ. I don't know, he's got bigger fish to fry. This is our own little corner of the internet. He can deal with the Civil War stuff in his own time. American anime industry, that's a stretch goal. American comics industry, just make one successful manga in Japan, lol. Now, the comics industry I'm leaving to other people. Comics have never really been an interest to me. I don't want to enter into avenues in which are not of my interest. Because if it's not my interest, I don't know what the culture needs, what the industry needs. Anime, tea, I know those cultures, I know those industries. That's why I build things for people to enjoy. I know... Actually, I can't say I know my limits, but I have a very good idea of the rough lengths of my limits. That's actually one of the things I've been doing especially the past week, testing my limits and seeing how far I can go, how hard I can work before needing to stop. For context, My Hero Academia made more money than the entire US comic industry, which has been utterly sinking these days. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I don't want to focus on American comics. Manga, sure. I do have several ideas for various anime/manga which I would like to create. Fight the cats, that should be entertaining. No, I'm not gonna fight the cats. They're finally being quiet. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You're finally being quiet and polite. Why is it when I start streaming you decide you want all of the attention? Making me yell at you. Regarding tea, I plan to stash tea in a small metal diffuser on my motorcycle. I want to find unique places and enjoy a tea, or my tobacco pipe, or harmonica alone, working on the package. See, that right there, that's a fantastic little thing. I've been able to successfully build my own little mini paradise in my study/meditation room, where I make myself a cup of tea, play set of music like this, but also other types of music, get some incense going, and just start reading and enjoy. What? No. Wait. And that's been working really well for me as well. Actually getting some reading done, some studying done. Things that will benefit me in the future. One of the personal goals is to, for the third time, take up Mandarin and try and learn that language, because it'll be important for me. And I guess the white pill of everything is just telling people to use some of that faith that you have in all these other people and throw it my way. Seriously, you already know how to make people watch, but you have principles and morals, so you want to tell people what they want to hear to get the dollar. It's like I Just like I said in the beginning of November, I was really angry and frustrated and said, you know what? To hell with it. I'm going to play the game. I'm going to abuse the algorithm. It's not that I didn't know how the algorithm worked. I just didn't want to abuse it. But I did, and I grew more in the span of... I probably grew more in the span of 2 months than probably 2.5 years. I'll have to double check that. Just because I played these stupid games and I hate it. But it worked. It worked. I knew it was going to. That's just the way things are. I'm going to do the same thing with Twitter. Those stupid clickbaity posts. It's like, you know, let me think of some examples. You know, the classic, this is a meme checkpoint, show your latest memes. Post a video where it's really obvious what side is the correct side. Then ask, which side was right? What do you guys think? I don't know. Maybe you feel the smart. All those stupid things. And the difference is, I'm saying this stuff. I'm saying this is the shit I'm doing. And people are still gonna eat it up. Drives me nuts. Let me go back to my quality stuff. Praise me for my quality. Not for abusing the algorithm. Meritocracy has become such a passé thing. If you make your own social product, you might be able to take it outside of YouTube and do what you want there. What do you mean make your own social product? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I have some ideas of what you mean. Can you expand on it? Yeah. But yes, what I was saying before is give some of that faith to me. Don't believe in yourself or those other guys. Believe in me, who believes in me, and who will be able to get this stuff done. It might take me a couple of years to really get the ball rolling, but it's one of those things where once the ball gets rolling, the ball will really get rolling. And at some point it'll go to something that's like beyond just me. It will have a life of its own. Because right now, if I vanish, the Dragon's Treasure is done. There is no Dragon's Treasure if you take me out the picture. I wanted to get to a place where, you know, if I decide to disappear for a month, the Dragon's Treasure will still function. Oh, you can't do social things like talking through tea. You can't through a game or a book you're working on, maybe. I see what you mean, okay. It used to be you spent money on cable. Now it's a swarm of apps for about the same price. Modernity is moving towards smaller content creators and desired content. I want that to be true, but honestly I kind of see the opposite. I noticed this, I can't really blame people. I noticed it a lot of times in the beginning. People were kind of sketchy with me and my teas because they didn't know if they could trust me. They didn't know if I was legit. You know, I'm only my first 2 years allegedly. I got a shitty website. We got a YouTube channel with like 100 subscribers. I'm not really... I haven't done anything to showcase I'm legit. You know, for now I have these other things they can fall back on. A YouTube channel with now 15,000 subscribers. Say, hey, look, my stuff's legit. 8.5 years in the business. That's a long time. Look at all the products I have. Etc., etc. So my white pill is that I'm going to make these things happen. And this year, even though I have no specific laid out goals, except for the $1,000 donation to 4 specific content creators, aside from that, I can foresee this year, 2024, and you all know how pessimistic as fuck I can be as well. So for me to say this, it's got some meaning to it for a reason. I can foresee this year, 2024, in terms of percentage growth, being the biggest growth that we have had out of any of the other years, including the explosion onto the scene year of 2020. That's still a big if, that's not guaranteed. But just because of how things have been shaping up the past few weeks and the way I've been working, like, I see the bricks laid out, and I see how easily I can go down that path. Real life stuff, a very literal civil war could get in the way of that. Things going really south with China can really screw up my business. What? Yes, you want attention, I know. Give me a little bit more time. You play the algorithm, not the game. The game is just telling people what they want to hear so they can reinforce their own biases. Telling the truth is rarely ever the way to get a following. Yeah, I've noticed. I'm a horrible liar, and I'm very bad at being subtle. So I've kind of given up on all of those guys. So now instead of trying to... the Buddhists have a term for this, and I forgot what the specific word is, but they say you should always tell the truth and you don't have to lie, but just word things in a better way. Like if you're around somebody who just smells really bad, instead of saying you smell like shit, say something like we can work on improving our hygiene. And you're still telling the truth, but you're not being an asshole about it. I think that's what I gotta work on myself. One of my personal little flaws. I also want to make a video on Miyamoto Musashi. So make that 5 videos. I gotta think of how to structure the Musashi video though. I think people call that tact. Yeah, I lack tact. That's for sure. You wanna play with something? Yeah. According to Forbes, the average date going out costs $90. Save money and buy tea for a nice night in. And I'm doing stuff like the waifus. The waifus, for ones I've made, they have indeed increased the sales of certain teas. So I know the waifu stuff is working. Like those silly Raid Shadow Legends ads. That's another thing I want to talk about. I am not going to take any of those sponsorships because I am my own sponsor. So if you guys like seeing content like that, buy my tea. Subscribe to Dragon's Wings. Subscribe to Only Teas. This is my thing. I look at the money that these other people are making. Like $45,000 for a 2-minute ad read type of stuff. I just think to myself, shouldn't I be seeing some of that money? Well, not that much because I don't have 100,000 subscribers, but shouldn't that stuff such kind of flow towards me now? I guess we'll see how it goes. To go along with what I said earlier about people wanting to be lied to, but also to word it a different way with the same message, they are for some reason looking for inauthentic... Oh boy. My accent is going to make this difficult to say. Inauthenticity. Cody Davis, I love tea. Fantastic. Buy my tea. Some of the best you will find. Everybody here can test. So, for example, people keep... Screw it. Yeah, I am going to do it. Like the Cold Ring. One of the most inauthentic people you will ever meet in your life. But people flock to him. So things along those lines just drive me insane. Like, he's not real. He's not meaning the stuff he says. But he's always doing clickbait stuff. He did something a couple of weeks ago that just made me just wish someone would physically hurt him. Someone was talking about like the dead or dying father. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Bruce Willis, and he was going through that severe dementia or whatever it was. And so his daughter posted a video of him grabbing her hand, like showing some signs of life. And Jeremy DeColder just comes in, making this little shit post, saying like, "Wow, you're an awful daughter," profiting off of Your suffering dad, how could you? It's like, you piece of fucking shit. Like, this was just a good, wholesome moment. But no, you needed that rage bait. You needed to feed off of that hatred. Like, that is the type of person you are. And again, I'm getting real sick and tired of people not seeing this. How can you not see this? How is it not obvious to you by now? So those are the two avenues I gotta work on. Building the stuff that I'm building, and tearing down these false idols and frauds and all these other people. But I am looping, chat. I am looping and I'm repeating myself, as is the nature of these things. My live stream work still needs a little bit polishing, I know. And I gotta figure out a way to make these a little bit more entertaining, not just me talking. His algo boost is probably from the quantity of vids he makes, yes. Easiest and fastest way to have both quantity and quality is react to things. Yeah, reaction content. That also includes reacting to tweets and reacting to articles. He marks his product as made in the US, small family company. Support your side in current thing. Well, I can't really be using made in US because my stuff is not made in US. Well, I think some of the stuff, like maybe the tea kettles are made in the US. I have to check. But yeah. I mean, the way he markets his products is also a lie. Like the famous line that he deleted, I do roast my own beans. He doesn't roast his own beans. I roast my own beans. He outsources it. He doesn't actually do any of the work. And he outsources it to a woke company. A company that supports things like child drag shows. And so people who are giving them money because they don't want to take part in the politics stuff are still paying for a political actor. But he doesn't want to disclose that one. Friends who I've known since high school know when I say stuff that I say, I actually mean the stuff that I say. But I don't know if I don't know if I have done enough to come off as authentic to the people watching this. Because how do you guys know this is not just me just pulling things out of my ass to sound nice? I don't know what I can do to firmly solidify in people's minds that I mean the stuff that I say, other than just make some of the smaller stuff actually happen. And I tried to get the webcomic going at the beginning of last year, if you guys remember. I had the characters drawn and everything, and it was going good, but eventually just things kind of fell apart. And so did the money. If I get a stable enough income, I'm pretty sure the webcomic will be the first new avenue of things that I do that I will be going towards. I can finally launch that project. Poor little guy wants attention. He's being actually polite for once. Yeah. Say hi, Appa. Yeah, you want attention. Alright. So with that, so I don't just constantly repeat myself over and over again, because I've noticed I'm just constantly looping on myself, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there, give this little guy some attention, and either get some work done or get some reading done. We'll see. But thank you all who have joined us, all who are watching the VOD. We'll see you next week, and I'm going to try my best to make sure that Dragon's Treasure keeps growing, and these streams will be more entertaining for all of you. So thank you all, and I will see you next time. Farewell.